Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley, and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. On today's show, I've got one of the most exciting guests I've ever had on the show in 17 years of filming, and that is Pam Morrell. Welcome to the show, Pam.
Thank you.
Pam's been my mentor for over 30 years, because you've been in the business how long, Pam?
40.
So Pam's been in the real estate business here locally for 40 years. I got in the business in the late 80s, and she was always been my go-to person. We've been friendly competitors. We've worked in the same office one time together. And even through all that, I could go to Pam and say, hey, I'm having a problem with this. I have some questions about this situation. And you always have answered those and helped me. And I just want to publicly thank you for that right now.
Listen, you're a treat to work with in every respect, I promise.
I really appreciate that. So the other thing that I'm very excited about, more excited about anything I've ever done in 30 years, and that's to announce that Pam Morrell's business has joined the group here at the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group. So we're very excited about that. We've merged our two companies to offer the absolute best, amazing service to our clients and customers.
Together we really are one.
Absolutely.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. When did you get into real estate?
In 1978, we moved here in 76. In 78, my oldest went to university and my youngest went to kindergarten, so that was the time. And
been a top producing agent, award-winning agent since the day you got in the business. So that longevity and that continuous service to the clients and customers has really shown through. There's no one in town that doesn't know Pam Morrell. So,
well, hope that's a good thing.
Yes, absolutely a good thing. Pam, what's probably, I know there's lots of things you love about the industry, or you wouldn't have done it for 40 years, and you've served over 3,000 local families. Wow. What's the thing you like most about real estate?
Honestly, I guess I would say just being able to make a difference, whether somebody's buying up, buying down, getting a divorce, separating, dealing with a death, dealing with an estate. No matter what, you get to make a difference and let them get on with their lives. And it's such a feel-good.
Because buying and selling real estate really is tied to a life change.
Exactly.
And a part of that change is having to change houses. Mm-hmm. Sometimes those changes are real positive, but sometimes they're not. They're not. You get really involved in the people's lives there and helping them get on with their lives.
Absolutely.
And getting to their dream home or selling a home that they're no longer in need of is such an honor. So it's interesting that we've both been driving forces in the industry, kind of running parallel and really not dealing with each other's clients that much, but cross-selling. And I've sold lots of your properties and you've sold lots of mine, and you've always just been tremendous at representing sellers, some of the best in the country. Best representation in the country for your sellers, and everybody knows that, and buyers too.
Well, you know, that's something that, it's a big responsibility.
It is.
Because this is typically the biggest investment they ever make, is in their home. And you have to be their advocate. Right. Because sometimes they're their own worst enemy. And they don't know it. But for whatever reason they've got going on, they need somebody else to be able to tone everything down and keep their eye on the pie. I
can imagine that if I was selling my home, I would be a wreck, and I'd probably be your worst client. Because it's such an emotional thing when you let go of your house.
But sometimes that's the having that challenge is just, it's a yes. Because you know you can do it, you know you can make a difference, you know you can get them from here to here, and that they will have a smile on their face.
Yeah. And one of the many things that you've mentored and taught me is that you've got to stay up on the market. You've got to know the changing market. Our real estate market changes just like the stock market.
Exactly.
And you've got to stay up on that. And then you've got to be the energy and the caring force for people through this transaction. And your energy and your positive nature has kept people focused on their move for so long. And you tell them what not necessarily they want to hear, but what they need to hear to make sure that they get the right information, clear information. And I learned that from you.
Well, thank you. You're exactly right. You know, we have to be mediators.
Right.
We have to be able to not necessarily say what they want to hear, but we have to say what they need to hear, and in a way that they can take it as their own.
Yeah.
And that's an art. And you and I, we've had some deals together that we've made it happen that
Absolutely.
People might have bet on not.
Yeah. And out of all the committees you've served on, you've been board president twice, you've served and chaired almost every realtor committee here locally and statewide, and you're also a trained mediator. That probably helps, doesn't it?
It does. It's amazing. It helps with your kids. It helps with your husband. It helps with your fellow realtor. It helps with buyers and sellers. Everything is mediation in some respect, and it really, it's probably, that's the one thing I would tell every realtor to do is take a mediation class.
And being a professional mediator, where people can hire you to come in and mediate, that certainly has helped pull a lot of real estate deals together, I bet.
It has, and I must say I don't mediate anymore. I stepped aside on that, but I did it for 20 years.
I know you did.
And it was, you talk about fun. I mean, it was like, yes, it was, you know, the competitiveness in me anyway. And
Bring them all together.
I did it once with 5 different realtors involved.
Oh, my goodness.
Different companies.
Wow.
I did it with two boards of realtors that didn't have a dividing line down in the lower part of the state. I mean, it's just you just know you can do it. And they just don't understand that they could do it too. They just need that third party and then to sort of show the way, and then everybody's happy. I've never
And that
anybody
kind
not
of
be
applies
happy.
to people buying and selling real estate too,
Exactly.
doesn't it?
You're a mediator, sometimes between the husbands and wives, sometimes between the buyer and the seller, sometimes between the neighbor and the seller.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Pam, now it's a really honor. I don't have to call and I don't have to walk or drive down the street to find you. I can just yell for you in the building and say, please help.
And trust me, I will be around, as you know.
So it's Pam Morrell, and Pam Morrell's business is now with the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group, and my group has never been happier in their lives. One said it was like Willy Wonka opening the chocolate and getting the gold ticket. So that's how we see you joining our group with all your knowledge, leadership, and we continue to look forward to growing your business and our business together. And that's Pam Morrell. Pam, you're just a phone call away. Give them that number.
803-325-9900.
And that's Pam Morrell now with the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group.
Yes.
Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. If you're interested in advertising your business on the program, please give us a call at 803-326-2777. Join us next week for more discussions on real estate topics and help in finding your perfect home. Thanks for watching.